Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. As always, your host with the most, Ghost. So today we are going to be doing the top 10 WWE DVDs of all time. The 10 greatest documentaries. These are going to be the documentaries. The 10 greatest docs of all time. Personally, I enjoy the documentaries much more than the match compilations and all that. But I do enjoy the match comps for what they are. So that's just my opinion. And this is my list. Your list may be completely different. Let's get that out of the way first before we do get into this. You may have a completely different list than me, or you might have them slotted differently. Who knows? So before we get into it, guys, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you give this video a like. Comment down below if a DVD didn't make the list here. Let me know what DVDs will be on your list. So let's get into it, guys, with number 10. First up, we got Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart in the Greatest Rivalries set. I thought this was an awesome DVD. Great stuff here with Shawn and Bret doing an interview. And they go over everything from their times, growing up from, San Antonio and Calgary to the hope and peace there when they reconciled in 2010. So, Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart, definitely one of the best DVDs of all time. Number 9. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. These next couple were really hard to rank, and this list overall is pretty tough to rank because, I really love Dusty Rhodes, and I thought this doc really did him justice. With these docs, you're looking into the older stuff here. Just a really, really amazing stuff with Dusty Rhodes telling his life story. So it's really sad to, talk about Dusty Rhodes. And number 8, Born to Controversy, the Roddy Piper story. I thought this doc was very, very well done. And we got the story, the fights, and the pit all in one DVD here. I do have the 3-disc set. Unfortunately, mine was, damaged, fairly damaged. So, a lot of these docs here, I think the best time period for the documentaries was around that, 2005, 2006, up to about 2008 period time, where they really put a lot of detail and effort into the documentaries they were producing. So next up, I got For All Mankind. I thought Mankind is a great storyteller. He really did a great job in telling his life story. And, Mankind definitely surprised me the way that documentary turned out. It took me a while to get it in the collection, but I really thought Mankind did a great job. Next up, Pick Your Poison, the Jake the Snake Roberts story. Again, Jake Roberts, probably one of the best of all time when it comes to in-ring psychology and talking on the mic. This one did come with the little book here. I definitely thought they did a great job with Jake Roberts. It really sucks he fell into a rut there around this time period, and good for him that he was able to pick himself up and get out of that rut and, you know, clean up his life. So now we're getting into the top 5. Again, this is my opinion. Your list may be completely different. So let's get into it. Number 5. Best in the world. The CM Punk story. This is not just a DVD. It's a pipe bomb. So this might be number 1 on your list. It's, you know, very close to the top on mine, but we still got 4 more to go. I really enjoyed this documentary, and all of these are definitely highly recommendations. If you don't have any of these, pick them up, and you'll definitely enjoy all of these. So next up here, we got the rise and fall of ECW. You know, fantastic documentary. They go through pretty much everything. I mean, look at the chapter listing on this one. Going from the early ECW to the demise of ECW, they cover pretty much everything that happened in ECW, and must have. So before we get into the top 3, I just want to throw out an honorable mention. The Triumph and Tragedy of World Class Championship Wrestling. I thought this was a really good documentary, and a lot of people really like the WCCW stuff. You know, I wasn't born till the late 80s, so by the time I even started watching wrestling, World Class was already long gone, and, you know, it was the Monday Night Wars. So top 3 here, one of my favorite DVDs ever. The best there is, the best there was, and the best that there ever will be. The Bret the Hitman Hart DVD. You know, what more can you say about Bret Hart? And Bret Hart took it upon himself to be involved with this documentary, even though he was on bad terms with McMahon and whatnot at the time. Bret Hart, he seen the self-destruction of the Ultimate Warrior, and he said he didn't want his DVD to turn out the way that one did, with just being a complete burial of Warrior. He didn't want to, kind of go through that. So, it was good for Bret to be involved with that doc, because that's one of my favorite DVDs I own, from the documentary and the matches and all the stories he tells. Number 2, Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen. Similar to the ECW DVD, this one covers a lot of ground, from their formation and Ric Flair discovering Arn Anderson, all the way to, the Four Horsemen in 1998. I absolutely love this documentary. It's one I watched several times, and it's really, really great. Number 1, you can probably guess it by now. And no, it's not the Triple H DVD. That would just be ignorant of me to put the Triple H doc at number 1, just because he's my favorite wrestler. Number 1 is, of course, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the bottom line on the most popular superstar of all time. When you want to get this DVD, definitely go out, grab the Blu-ray. You will be completely satisfied with your purchase. 3 discs of Stone Cold. I mean, they go through everything. A 2.5 hour documentary from his early days doing football and wrestling to being the rookie of the year in 1989, going to WCW, becoming the cultural phenomenon in WWE, winning the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, going against the boss, Mr. McMahon, going into the Hall of Fame, doing some films. I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin probably is, the greatest of all time. They do have so many of those great Raw moments, from the Zamboni to the beer truck and everything in between. This DVD, the one thing if I could complain about it, would be the match selection. I would have liked to see a couple other matches on here, but for the most part, it does have pretty good match selection. And if Undertaker ever gets a full-blown documentary, I want it to be like this. So, that's my 10, guys. Let me know if I missed any that you would consider for the top 10 documentaries of all time. Take some time. Subscribe. We'll talk to you later, guys. Peace!